Time to feed again. This yard is the beginning of collecting data on all of the things we've been experimenting with this summer. The different lines of queens, the different types of oxalic acid extended release, and the different techniques for using it. And I don't want to start putting out data yet because we're just getting started, but within a couple of weeks I'm going to have a whole lot of numbers to share, and it's actually turning out very interesting. Some of it's a little shocking, some of it's good, some of it's not so good. Some real surprises here. Anyway, I'll have data on all that stuff in a couple of weeks. This is a good yard of bees. They made a little bit of sourwood, maybe about 3/4 of a super, and that seemed to shut down.
That's your infamous
Yeah,
blue box right next door. With
I am going to mention that, yeah. Okay, so we're in one of our yards in western North Carolina, and when we were working here in late spring, we ran out of bottom boards. This yard is all individual colonies on bottom boards. There's no pallets in here. And when we ran out of bottom boards, we just used top boards, turned them upside down, created that entrance on both sides, and the bees have been quite happy with that. Just goes to show that the bees really don't care as long as they have what they need. It doesn't really matter. This box right beside me is perfect proof of this. I showed this box in a video a long time ago. This almost doesn't even have a bottom board. The bees are coming and going underneath the box. This one box, I keep it for the fun of it because it's just fun to watch it progress over the years. This box is 50 years old. I bought it 25 years ago and it was 25 years old. I bought it in Texas, bought a bunch of boxes. It's a cypress box, so I guess that's why it's still there and not rotten. You can see how I put extra rows of nails in it, trying to keep it together. Okay, so the cleanup has begun. We are done with extracting, and every square inch of this room is going to get cleaned, and the extracting room too. We're even going so far as to taking the fans off the ceiling. We get a little bit of bee guts and bee poop inside these things, and we take them apart and wash them really good. This room is going to turn into a storage room for the winter. Of course, it's been our drying room during the extracting season, and it's a big cleanup. And Joe and Tano are the perfect people for this. They're very meticulous when it comes to cleaning. They're actually taking the fans apart so they can really, really clean them. Of course, anybody that does much honey processing or honey extracting knows the bees can make quite a mess when they come in with the supers. We're pretty good about getting most of the bees out of our supers. We really work at it, but there's always a few that come in. Of course, they like to go to the daylight. They go to the window and poop on the window, and it's just part of the process. To somebody that doesn't know much about beekeeping, they'd be appalled, but to us it's just normal stuff. This room served us well this year. Minimal issues. Had a little problem with the dehumidifier for a couple days, but we got that fixed quick. They're taking the room apart, cleaning it, and putting it back together, and then it will become a overflow storage room for the rest of the season. Kind of odd. We built this room for drying, and it only gets used for a couple months a year for that purpose. Nathan's cleaning the extractor. A lot of people use steam cleaners for this, and I got to admit that they do work better. We just have really hot water. Water's probably 145, 150 degrees, and that will cut beeswax and propolis and stuff like that if you work at it hard enough. This machine worked flawless this year. We had no issues with the extractor at all. The chains get gummy. Yeah, you got, no, that's okay, it's noisy.
Okay.
You got any comments about this thing? Anything go wrong at all this year?
I broke a bolt right here on the knives, but
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
we've actually done that a couple of times. There's not enough threads in there, I don't believe.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a common issue. horseshoe, 5/16 bolt.
So this machine turned 22 years old this year. I bought it in 2003. Of course, we've put new bushings and bearings and things on it over the years, but still a good machine. These Cowan machines are built to rebuild, which is good. The parts you can purchase either from Cowan or over the shelf, over the counter, on the shelf, so to speak, from industrial supplies. We've been happy with this machine. This machine's a little bit trickier. This Cook and Beal's wax separator, honey wax separator. Nathan believes we just put bearings in this the knife shaft 2 years ago. He says it's already getting a little noisy again, so we might have to look at that this winter. This year we used this channel iron with this little winch on it for taking the drum out of this machine, and everybody really likes that. We're no longer handling that inner drum by hand. We're using the winch to bring it out. Makes it a lot easier to clean. All in all, this, what's that?
Remote control.
Remote control, yeah. So this machine's doing okay. It's old. I purchased it used from Cook and Beal's. They kind of went through it and put bearings in it, and I could tell that it was already pretty old. I've had it for a while, so this thing's old. Still functions. Anyway, just a mess to clean up. All good. And then the extracting room, this room will kind of turn into a little bit of a addition to the honey pouring room. Girls will come in here with our fill masters and stuff, utilize this space for bottling and labeling jars and stuff like that. All right. Okay, Joe's out here packing orders. Looks like you got a few orders today, Joe.
What's that, Bob?
You have a few orders today.
Yes, we do, sir.
Wow. Okay. So the website's working. We've had it up several months now, and we're starting to get a lot of orders on the website. Finally. Boy, that took a while to get up and running. So we'll have all the kinks worked out before the spring rush next year. We missed the spring rush this year, which might have been a good thing. It would have been a little problematic, I think. So lots of honey's been coming in here. Got my pole barn at my house is full, using space at the food bank in Clayton. Got a little bit of honey left from last year, which we're using now. You can see that these totes are a little crystallized. Well, we have some honey in here from Michigan. I've been buying a lot of honey this year so far. Already picked up quite a few loads. I'm taking a little bit of a gamble. I hope I'm doing the right thing. In this region of the country, we've had a really poor year, all in all. There's been a couple bright spots, but not many. I'm going to take a wild guess this year that we'll be selling a lot of buckets and barrels of our blended wildflower to people who didn't have a good crop. We always sell some of that, but I think this year might be more than normal. So I'm picking up lots of honey in anticipation of that. This is my friend Lloyd Sherwin from Edmore, Michigan. Known Lloyd a long time. Go back a long time. Good guy. We got some Michigan wildflower. He just showed me a sample. It's very light. Very, very delicious this year. He told me it's been really hot up in Michigan too, but they've had a little bit of rain, so things aren't burning up yet. Hope things continue for them up there. I like buying honey from Michigan. I get a lot. I got 4 or 5 people in Michigan I buy from. I have 4 or 5 people in Wisconsin I buy from, and Wisconsin honey is always really good too. So, buying honey like a crazy person. Hope it pays off. Load of empty drums going back. That represents 2 loads of honey. We do drum exchange, so that'll cover us on 2 loads. Sounds like he'll be back in about 2 weeks with another one. It's good honey. Michigan honey I got so far this year is really good. This is our yard at the shop. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 colonies. And they got their second round of Thymol yesterday in the form of Apagard. And because of the temperatures, we gave them half doses For us, a half dose in a double deep is 35 grams and a single is 25. That's what we consider half a dose. They obviously don't like it. At 85 degrees, a full dose of 50 grams in a double deep would be problematic. A good strong colony will get through it, get over it, and survive, but I just think it's better to give them a half a dose and do it twice as often. I know I just said a half a dose is 35 grams, so I'm kind of taking that information from Greg Rogers last year. He had a friend that was doing 35 instead of 25 as a half dose, and we've taken that approach. It seems to be working pretty good so far. We've used a fair amount of Apigard this year, but not our entire outfit. We just got through treating the last colonies today, and I'd say only 20, maybe 25% of our outfit got Apigard. And many of the rest, we just went with another round of extended oxalic acid release strips because the mite numbers were so low. And of course we have those non-treatment yards. That's a different matter. Anyway, just wanted to show what the bees look like on a warm day with Thymol in there. So here's a little trick. During robbing season, when you're trying to fill buckets, if you just fill the bucket with a couple puffs of smoke before you stick the hose in there, the bees won't go diving in and while you're trying to fill. It works. Of course, these buckets don't have many bees around them, but the ones behind us, every bucket was getting 3, 4, 5 bees in the hole while we were trying to fill. Just put some smoke in the bucket. As you fill, it drives the smoke out of the bucket, and the bees won't go down in there while you're filling. Sounds simple, but it actually works pretty good.